The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. Please consider a one-time donation.
Run demo. Insert tape. Loading. Playing. Transferring video. Recording. Disc ready. Transfer your videotapes to DVD and digital at North Metro TV. $12 an hour for tapes. $30 an hour for film. Call 76323122803.
Good afternoon and welcome to Centennial High School for today's Section 4 3A first round matchup between the Centennial Cougars and the Blaine Bengals. The Bengals come in to this game as we have a foul ball. The Bengals come in 8-11 on the season. They finished up 6-10 in the Northwest Suburban Conference and finished in 6th place. The Cougars 14-6 on the year, 12-2 in the North Suburban. Those two losses came to the team they finished behind in the standings, to Tino Grace. 2-2 count here to Christina Bunker as she's leading off here for the Bengals. Bunker playing shortstop this afternoon. She's coming in with a .559 batting average, one of the top hitters in the metro area. She follows that one off 2-2, and in just a moment or two here we'll see if we can't get our batting orders and defensive alignments here. So 2-2 count. And this grounded back to the pitcher Stores, and she'll throw over to Jackie Keene at first for the first out. So 1 up and 1 down as Kelsey Wangan, the center fielder, will step in and see if we can't get a look at the batting order after this pitch here quickly. And I just informed due to technical problems, we won't have the graphics available for that. This one popped up on the infield. It's Tomaszewski catching it in foul ground for the first out. Well, we'll run through the batting order manually for you. Christina Bunker, as you saw, the leadoff hitter, followed by Kelsey Wangan for Blaine. Jenna DeLayton, the third baseman, will step in right now to hit. Kim Hanlon, the catcher, in the number 4 spot. Hitting fifth will be Rachel Wax, followed by Kelsey Meyer, the right fielder. Christine Williams, the left fielder, will hit in the 7th spot. Jocelyn Harris will hit 8th, and Jessica Freund hitting 9th for the Bengals. And there's a strike. 1-1 the count to DeLayton. Defensively for Centennial. In left field, it's Carrie Dietz. Danette Newman in center. Gretchen Meisner will be in right field. On the infield, it's Christy Tomaszewski at third base. Melissa Shimoleski at shortstop. Kelsey Blom over at second base, and Jackie Keene on first. 2-1 the count. Kristen Stores on the mound, and Ashley Annenberg behind home plate for the Cougars. Full count here with 2 away on DeLayton, and she walked her. So the first walk given up by Stores. The numbers on Stores: 8-3 on the season with an .086 ERA, 73 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts, 15 walks coming into today's action. She hasn't hit a batter, 33 hits given up, 21 runs, and only 9 of those have been earned. And this one grounded out to the shortstop, having trouble with it. It was Shimilewski, and an error on Shimilewski will allow the runner, or the batter Hanlon, to reach. Now runners on first and second with 2 away, and Rachel Wax will step in. Wax hitting .352 on the year, and she'll take a look at strike 1. So 2 on, 2 out for the Bengals here as they get things going in the first inning. Blaine coached by Tom Weary. His assistant coach is Brian Gronsky over at first base. This one popped up in the air and caught by Kelsey Blom for the final out. So a couple of runners reach, but no damage, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base, and we'll take it to the bottom of the first inning. No score, and Centennial coming up to bat. Well, the batting order for the Centennial Cougars, leading off and playing second base, will be Kelsey Blom. Kristen Storrs, the number 2 hitter. The center fielder, Danette Newman, batting third. Melissa Shimilewski, the shortstop, hitting fourth. Megan Bean, the designated player, hitting fifth. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later on. The first baseman, Jackie Keene, is batting sixth. In the number 7 spot is Christy Tomaszewski, the third baseman. The right fielder hitting 8th is Gretchen Meisner. And the catcher and hitting 9th is Ashley Annenberg. And the flex player today is the left fielder, Carrie Dietz. The designated player rule, a new rule in effect this year. They're experimenting with it in the Minnesota State High School League, and a very confusing rule. Everybody I've talked to has had a different take on this. Centennial using it for the first time this year, but basically it allows for more substitution, and the designated player can be used both as a designated hitter and to substitute in the field as well. We should take a look at the Bengal defense before we get going here. Across the outfield for the Bengals, it's Christine Williams in left, Kelsey Wangan in center, and Kelsey Meyer in right. The infield for Blaine is Jenna Delighten at third, Christina Bunker at short, Rachel Wax over at second base, Jocelyn Harris on first, Jessica Freund on the mound, and Kim Hanlon behind home plate. Kelsey Blom will step in now, the top hitter for the Cougars, hitting .517 on the year, and she'll take a look at strike 1. The numbers for Freund: 6-9 on the year, a 3.20 batting average, or ERA, I should say. And that catches the corner. 0-2. 85 and a third innings pitched, 52 strikeouts, 25 walks, 74 hits, 67 runs scored, 39 of those have been earned. This one right off the glove of Freund. It'll be picked up by Delighten, not in time. That'll be an infield hit. An infield hit for Kelsey Blom to get things going for the Cougars. As the Bengals come in and talk things over. I think Delighten took one off the eye. So we've got, I believe that's the trainer, Lisa Ostreim, out there taking a look at Freund as that one went off her glove and then up into her face and then was picked up by Delighten. And Tom Weary talking things over with the home plate umpire. That's Norm Setniker out at home, and Freund, it looks like, is going to come off, and we will have a new pitcher coming into the game. So Jessica Freund pitches part of an inning. She doesn't get credit. And in the game for the Bengals on the mound will be Mallory Peterson. And let's see if we can find the numbers here on Peterson. Now Peterson on the year 1-2 with a 5.70 ERA. .27 innings pitched on the season. She's given up 30 hits, 29 runs, 22 of those have been earned, 16 strikeouts and 18 walks. There you get a look at Coach Janelle DiMartino for the Centennial Cougars. And we are set to go as Peterson has taken her warm-up tosses. And Kristen Storrs will step in, so nobody out. Kelsey Blom on first base. And the first pitch misses. Ball one. Tough situation for Peterson to come in here. She had no idea she was going to be pitching today, and she misses outside. 2-0. And it's probably going to take her a batter or two to get a handle on her control here. And that one's in for a strike. 2-1. And strike two. So 2-2 now, the count to Storrs. Storrs a .267 hitter. Only one RBI on the season. Full count now. 2 Storrs. Blom out there on first base. And that'll miss ball 4. So the first walk of the game given up by Peterson. And now stepping in will be Danette Newman. Newman hitting .264 on the year. And this one grounded back to the pitcher. Nice play at third base as Peterson gets the throw over to Delighten to force the runner. Reaching on a fielder's choice will be Newman. And moving over to second base will be Storrs. So now runners on first and second and one away as they get the lead runner. And taking the first pitch is Melissa Shimolewski. Shimolewski hitting .182 on the year. And she'll take a look at ball 2. Well, kind of an unusual scenario being played out here since this is a section tournament game. 3-1. This game actually was scheduled yesterday, but was rained out, as was the entire schedule for the section. So Ball 4, second walk given up. Bases will be loaded now. And Megan Bine will step in. The designated player, hitting .292. But whoever wins this game will move on. There's a strike. 1-1. We'll move on and play a game at McKnight Field in just over 2 hours from now. So the buses are warmed up and waiting. The winner goes home. The loser goes home. The winner goes on to McKnight to play a game at 5:30. This game at 3 o'clock start. 2-2, and that will be the case all the way through the first round of the sections here, as the teams will play and then travel to McKnight. So there are going to be a lot of buses heading to North St. Paul from various places around the Twin Cities. Full count now to Bine. And ball 4. Check that. Now it's a full count. My apologies. So bases loaded, no place to put Bine. And she walked her. So scoring on the walk is Stores. Bine will get an RBI for that. And bases still loaded. As 3 walks chalked up for Mallory Peterson. This one into the glove and a double play. Well, Newman got caught leaning off the base as Delyden made the catch and made the tag. And the double play will end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. And at the end of 1 inning of play, it's Centennial 1 and the Bengals nothing. All right, as we head to the top of the 2nd inning, there's still no score. And let's take a look now at the Bengals batting order that we didn't get a chance to get to. Here you look at, I believe that's TJ out in the field there, as leading off for the Bengals is Christine Bunker, followed by Kelsey Wangan, then Jenna Delight, Kim Hanlon, Rachel Wax, and Kelsey Meyer. In the bottom of the order, Christine Williams, Jocelyn Harris, and Jessica Freund. And let's take a quick look at the defensive alignment for Centennial. As we have Dietz, Newman, and Meiser across the outfield, Tomaszewski, Shimilewski, Blom, and Keene across the infield, Stores and Anneberg behind the plate. And the first pitch to Kelsey Meyer in there for strike 1. Meyer, the right fielder, hitting 138 on the year. And this fouled off, so 0-2 now is Meyer in the hole. Kelsey Meyer, just a freshman, but getting some pretty regular playing time here for the Bengals. And this will be a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. No score here in the early going in this one. Excuse me, 1 score. The Cougars scored 1 run in the bottom of the first. My apologies. And she struck her out. So the first strikeout victim of the game for Stores goes down swinging, and Christine Williams will step in. Christine playing left field for the Bengals today. Comes into the game hitting .069. Grounded out to second base. Blom up with it. Over to Keene. For out number 2. That'll bring up Jocelyn Harris. Playing first base and hitting .213. And there's strike 1 to Harris. Stores working quickly today. And that one a little bit inside. 1-1 to count to Harris. If she reaches, Mallory Peterson on deck. This one fouled away, 1-2. Two and two. And that one caught by Dietz out in left field for the final out. So 3 up and 3 down for the Bengals here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And at the end of an inning and a half, it's Centennial 1 and Blaine nothing as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Cougars. Well, the winner of this game will face off against either White Bear Lake or Forest Lake this evening. They are playing that game out at Forest Lake this afternoon, so they've even got a little bit of a further drive than either the Cougars or the Bengals to get down to McKnight if they win that game against White Bear Lake. Games, early games today, Anoka against Matamidi, who knocked off Andover 2-1 on the play-in game. Chisago Lakes takes on Champlain Park. North St. Paul versus Irondale. Coon Rapids takes on Mounds View. As I mentioned, White Bear Lake against Forest Lake. Bill Murray is playing at Tartan, and Stillwater is at Spring Lake Park this afternoon. All right, Christy Tomaszewski will step in, hitting .269 on the year, and she'll take strike 1. Grounded down the line, foul. No balls and 2 strikes. And there's strike 3. So Peterson picks up her first strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up Gretchen Meisner. Meisner batting .195 on the year. And there's strike 1 to Meisner. Looks like Peterson starting to find her groove here a little bit as she took over for the injured Jessica Freund in the first inning. Grounded out to Delight and over to Harris, and 2 down. And that'll bring up Ashley Anderson, or excuse me, Ashley Anderberg. The catcher hitting .219 on the season. And she's swinging strike 1. One and 1 the count. And strike two, 1-2. Out to right field, and under it to make the catch is Kelsey Meyer for the final out. So a nice job of coming back here for Mallory Peterson after being thrown into the game in the first inning. She had some walk problems, but she's able to come back and get the Cougars 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 2 complete, it's Centennial 1, the Bengals nothing. Yeah, and welcome back to Centennial High School as getting ready to start the 3rd inning of play, and the number 9 hitter Mallory Peterson will step in for the Bengals. Now Peterson 5 plate appearances, but no official at bats. No batting average. And she grounds this one off the glove of Storrs, and Kelsey Blom recovers to make the play. So 1 out to start the 3rd inning. And we'll take it up to the top of the order with Christina Bunker. Bunker 0 for 1, grounded back to the pitcher, and she drops down a bunt foul. Strike 1. And drops this one down nicely in front of the plate, and Storrs pulls the first baseman Keene off the bag. That'll be an error on Storrs. Second error of the game on Centennial. And Kelsey Wangan will step in. Wangan's 0 for 1 in the game. So 1 on, 1 out here for the Bengals as that's bunted foul. Wangan hitting .324 on the year, popped up to the 3rd baseman Tomaszewski to second out in the 1st inning. And bluffs the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a rip at it. 0-2. Pretty nice crowd on hand here at Centennial High School. Actually a very pleasant day, a little bit on the cool side. Temperature right around 60. And that was strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Storrs. And Jenna DeLayden will step in with 2 away. DeLayden walked, got as far as second base in the 1st inning. And she'll take a swing. I have to correct myself once again, as Wangan apparently must have fouled off that pitch prior. And now it'll be DeLayden stepping in after the strikeout. This one grounded right back to Storrs. Nice throw over to Keene for the final out. So for the Bengals, no runs, no hits. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. And we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Centennial hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Well, some very outstanding teams in this section 4-3A. Top 2 ranked teams in the metro area. Anoka and Coon Rapids both playing in this section. Take a quick look at the bracket here, and out of curiosity to see if Coon Rapids and Anoka will face each other in the quarterfinals if both teams make it through. Coon Rapids has to get by Mounds View, also a very good team. One of the stronger sections in the state right here, folks. And there's strike one to Kelsey Blom. Kelsey 1 for 1 in the game. Got a base hit to lead things off for the Cougars, but she was forced out at third base. Blom hitting .517 on the year. And strike two, 1 and 2. 2-2 now the count to Blom. Stores in the on-deck circle. And this one, what a catch by Jenna Delyden as this was ripped down the third base line. Delyden went up and after it and made the catch on the screaming line drive for the first out. Nice glove work. The second great play by Delyden in this game. Ball one here to Kristen Stores as she steps in. She walked and scored in the first inning. And this one off the glove of Delyden. She'll have to come back after it. And right after the great play, she makes an error. First error of the game chalked up to the Bengals. And a runner on first now. As I was going to mention, Delyden made a great play catching a line shot off the bat of Jackie Keene to end the third inning as she doubled up the base runner Newman. So 1 on, 1 out. And Newman will step in. Newman reached on a fielder's choice, so she's 0 for 1 in the game. Strike one. Rounded out towards second base. Bunker, toward short, I should say. Bunker up with it. She gets the lead runner. And reaching on her second fielder's choice is Newman. And Melissa Shimilewski will step in. Foul ball. Shimilewski hitting 182. She walked and got as far as second base in the first inning. And this one through the hole on the right side. And heading for third will be Newman. And that play closer than it probably should have been. Newman, for whatever reason, held up at second base. And Coach DiMartino over explaining to her that you need to run until I tell you to stop. And the second hit of the game picked up for the Cougars. And Megan Bean will step in. She walked back in the first inning. This time she'll pop it out to left field. Williams doesn't get to it. It's over her head. Coming in to score is Newman. Also coming around with the play at the plate. It hits her on the helmet. And scoring the run is Shimilewski. And moving up to third will be Bean. We'll give her a double on that, and then she will move to third on the throw. A couple of RBIs on the play as well, as she has all 3 RBIs. And there you get a look at the misplay by Williams. And it's a good thing they're wearing a helmet on the base paths. This one off to Delyden. She'll get it over to Harris, and they're out of the inning, but not before the damage is done for the Cougars in the inning. They pick up 2 on 2 hits. There was an error. And 1 runner left on base. And at the end of 3 complete innings of play, it's Centennial 3, Blaine nothing. We'll take a timeout and we'll be right back. Welcome back. In the first pitch in the inning, rounded out to Blom. She'll throw over to Jackie Keene, and Kim Hamlin is down on 1 pitch. She's now 0 for 2 in the game. Rachel Wax will step in. Wax hitting at .352, 7 runs, 5 runs batted in on the season. Takes a look at ball 1. 2-0 the count to Wax. Meyer on deck for Blaine. 3-0 now, as suddenly Storr is struggling a little bit control-wise. And that's in for a strike. 3-1. Popped out into short right field. That'll drop in front of Meisner. And she got her. There's a play you won't see in the scorebook very often. A 9-3 putout as Rachel Wax grounds out to the right fielder, Gretchen Meiser. So 2 down. Kelsey Meyer has a count of 1-0. Meyer struck out swinging to start things in the second inning. 1-1. One and 2. Elf Meyer reaches. Williams on deck. Popped up and into the glove of Storrs. So 3 quick outs as the Bengals go quietly here in the 4th. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Cougars still on top by a score of 3-0. That'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Cougars. Tomaszewski, Meisner, and Anderberg. This game moving along swiftly here, already in the 4th inning. Break the huddle and look at head coach DiMartino, and we'll have a brief moment there. Assistant coach Susan Lash as she heads over to first base, and it'll be Tomaszewski stepping in. Tomaszewski 0 for 1 in the game. She went down swinging on strikes in the second inning. Tomaszewski hitting .269 on the year. 1-1 the count. Tomaszewski 4 runs, 5 runs batted in. This one grounded right in front. It will spin foul. Kim Hanlon patiently waiting for the ball to spin into foul territory, and call made there by Norm Setniker. Tim Peterson, by the way, the umpire out on the bases today. That's Peterson with 3 E's, by the way. There you got to look at Hanlon just watching the ball, waiting for it to go foul, and then picking it up. So 2-2 the count to Tomaszewski. Full count now. And she walked her. So the 4th walk of the game given up by Peterson. But only the first since the first inning, when she had to come into the game unexpectedly to replace the injured Jessica Freund. She struggled a little bit with her control until she got things going here. Ball 1 to Gretchen Meiser, who made that heads-up play in right field to throw out Rachel Wax last inning, or last half inning, I should say. This one dropped down, hit the batter in the batter's box as a foul ball, 1-1. And she falls off. Strike 2. Meiser 0 for 1 in the game, grounded out to third base in the second inning. And that'll miss outside. 2-2 now. Ashley Anderberg on deck. Count remains 2-2. Anderberg leading the team in runs batted in, looking for an opportunity here to add to that total. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Full count now. As Peterson now struggling a little bit. She's gone full on 2 straight batters here in the 4th inning. Popped up on the infield, gliding under it, and that actually be Bunker calling her off and making the catch. And 1 away. Tomaszewski will remain at first base, and Ashley Anderberg will step in. Anderberg's 0 for 1 in the game. Popped up to the right fielder Meyer to end festivities in the second inning. She falls off that pitch, 0-1. As I mentioned, Anderberg leads the teams in runs batted in with 9. 2-1. Excuse me, 1-1 the count to Anderberg. This one rounded out to third base to Leiden. She's been busy over there. The throw is not in time. That'll be a fielder's choice. And runners now on first and second with 1 away, and Kelsey Blom will step in. Ball 1 to Blom. Blom's 1 for 2 in the game. She hit a rocket last inning, but it went right into the glove of the third baseman, Leiden, for the first out. And this one will get away from the catcher Hanlon and moving up. So a wild pitch. And grounded foul. 2-2 now the count to Blom. Blom with 4 RBIs on the year. Play comes home, and she's safe. There's no force, so Hanlon needed to put the tag on. And an RBI for Blom. And coming in to score is Tomaszewski. That makes it a 4-0 game. Staying at second base is Anderberg, so runners on first and second now. 1 out, and Kristen Storrs steps in. Strike 1 to Storrs. Storrs hitting .267. She's only got 1 run batted in here, but if she can get a base hit, she can maybe pick up another one here. As this one popped out into short right field, Meyer over, and she'll make the catch for the second out. The wind blowing straight out to center field, I think carried that ball a little bit towards center. Meyer had a little bit of trouble with it, but got over and made the catch as Danette Newman steps in. Danette's 0 for 2. But she has scored a run. She's reached twice on fielder's choices, and another wild one gets away from Hamlin as the runners move up. Now runners on second and third as Anderberg stands on third. 1-1 count, and Blom over on second base. Two and 1. And this one grounded foul. 2-2 the count. Newman hitting .264 on the year. Seven runs scored and 10 runs batted in. This one right to Bunker, throw to first, and they get her. So Bunker to Harris gets the out, but not until Centennial scores another run. They pick up the run without the benefit of a base hit. And there were a couple runners left on. So at the end of 4 innings, the score, Centennial 4, Blaine nothing. We'll be right back. We're set to go here to start the 5th inning, and the first pitch fouled off for strike 1. Looks like we have a pinch hitter in. We'll see if we can get a look at her number here, as Christine Williams was due up. 1-1, and that will be Heather Freitag. And Freitag pops this one out right to second base, and Shimilewski will make the catch. 1 out. So Freitag pinch hits for Williams and pops out. Jocelyn Harris will step in. And that one fouled away for strike 1. Harris 0 for 1 in the game. Popped up to the left fielder Dietz to end things in the 2nd inning. There's a strike. 0-2. Harris hitting .213 on the year. 10 hits, 4 runs scored, and 2 runs batted in. 1-2 the count. Rounded out to third base. Tomaszewski up with it. fires to first, and keeping her foot on the bag was Jackie Keene. She had to stretch, but she got the put out. And there's 2 away. Mallory Peterson will step in now for the Bengals. Peterson 0 for 1 in the game. So still no batting average for Peterson as of yet as she fouls this one away. Strike 1. Peterson pressed into emergency duty as Jessica Freund got taken out of the game with an injury, and she'll ground out. Second out. And we'll take it up to the top of the order with Christina Bunker. Bunker's 0 for 2 in the game. She did reach on an error in the 3rd inning. And that was the final out, so Christina will lead off the 6th as we get the Bengals 3 up and 3 down here in the 5th. And we'll take it to the bottom of the 5th, and it's a 4-0 Centennial lead. So busy talking about the injury to Freund earlier that I lost track of the outs. My apologies, but yeah, Freund took one. It went off of her glove and up into her face, and then bounced over to the third baseman Delight, and nearly got the put out on the play, but apparently unable to continue. And Mallory Peterson was pressed into duty, and she's done a pretty decent job. She had some walk trouble in the 1st inning to give up the 1st run. But an error in the 3rd inning led to 2 runs, and a couple of wild pitches in the 4th led to another. And it'll be Melissa Shimolewski stepping in, and she takes strike 1. Shimolewski leads the team and runs batted in. Nice stat to have for your number 4 hitter. And this one off the glove of Bunker. That'll be a base hit for Shimolewski. So the 2nd hit, check that, 4th hit of the game. As one of those hits was given up by Freund, and the other 3 by Peterson. Megan Bean in the game, 1 for 2 with a double. She also has 3 runs batted in. 1-1 the count. And there's strike 2, snap, throw, faked by Hanlon. And that'll miss high and wide. 2-2 the count. Jackie Keene on deck for the Cougars. Popped out to left field. Williams for the out. Actually, that was Freitag making the catch. And she's come in to replace Williams. And this one off the glove of Bunker. And the throw will not be in time. Nice effort by Christina Bunker. That'll be an infield hit for Keene. Shimolewski will move up, and now Krista Tomaszewski will step in. And it looks like we may have a pitching change for the Bengals, as it's do or die now for Blaine. And looks like Rachel Wax will pitch. Peterson to right field. check that here. Actually, Kelsey Meyer will pitch. So for Peterson, she will go 4 1/3. And let's see if we can find the numbers here on our new pitcher. Meyer, 1-0 on the season. She has an ERA of 191, so not a bad earned run average. We'll get you the rest of the numbers as opportunity presents itself, but now Tomaszewski will step in and drop this one right into center field. Goes off Wangan's glove, and coming around to score, it will be Shimilewski on the base hit by Tomaszewski. So Tomaszewski will drive in a run to make it a 5-0 game. Moving up to third base is Keene. And the first pitch to Gretchen Meiser is strike 1. So runners on second and third with 1 away, as stealing the base was Tomaszewski. 2 strikes on Meiser. Meiser's 0 for 2 in this ball game. And Meyer's pitch misses for ball 1, 1-2. Rounded foul at home plate as it hit off the plate. Count remains 1-2. 14 2/3 innings pitched for Meyer through the season. 3 strikeouts. This one grounded out to Bunker. She'll come home with it, and they got her. Nice play by Christina Bunker to throw out Jackie Keene. Meiser will reach on a fielder's choice. Moving up to third base was Tomaszewski. And now runners on first and third with 2 away. And Ashley Anderberg will step in. Anderberg's 0 for 2 in the game. And she'll foul this one off. Rounded out to second base off the glove of Wax, and she won't be able to make the play. That'll be an error on Rachel Wax. Second error of the game charged to the Bengals. Coming in to score is Tomaszewski. No RBI on that one, as Tomaszewski has scored her second run of the game. And now it'll be Kelsey Blom stepping in. Blom down the left field line, down the third base line, and Blyden will come up with it for the final out. Well, for the Cougars, they score 2 on 3 hits. There was an error, and 2 runners left on base. And at the end of 5, it's 5-0. All right, we are back at Centennial High School, and we have a new left fielder in the game as Rachel Click comes on in place of Carrie Dietz. So Click in at in left field as a defensive replacement here as we head to the top of the 6th. And the discussion with the umpires continues as DiMartino gets everything straight. Okay, I stand corrected. It is actually Becca Fafita going in. I thought I saw a 23. It's actually 33, so Fafita in the game. And now we're set to go. As Christina Bunker will drop one down, foul. Bunker in the game 0 for 2. She leads the team in runs scored with 15. Also the top hitter at 559 coming into today's game. And she'll drop this one down. An infield hit. Looks like we have a new pitcher in the game as well, as Kara Thoman. On the mound. So Thoman replacing Storrs. Kelsey Wangan took a look at ball 1. That one high. 2-0. And this one popped foul. 2-1. So Coach DiMartino moving some players around, getting some players a little bit of rest as they'll, from all indications, be playing a second game here in just about an hour and a half as that one's fouled off. 2-2. Bengals yet to get a hit in this game. They've had a couple base runners reached on errors. There's the throw down to second, and they got her. So Hanlon throws out, Annenberg throws out Bunker. And it's a full count now to Wangan. And she struck her out. So 2 outs, and Jenna DeLayden will step up. DeLayden 0 for 1 with a walk. Ball 1. So Thoman picks up her first strikeout of the game. And there's a strike, 1-1. This one ripped into right field. It's in the gap. Leiden digging for 2, and she'll be in there standing up with a double. So the first hit for the Bengals is a good one. Actually, the second hit is Bunker got one earlier this inning, so the second hit for the Bengals is a nice one as DeLayden reaches second, and Kim Hamlin will step in. Hamlin hitting .460 on the year. Hamlin also with 10 runs scored and 8 runs batted in. Looking for an RBI here. See if they can get something going here for the Bengals. 2-0. 2-1. Two and two. And she struck her out. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kara Thoman as she comes on here in the 6th inning. Gives up a couple of hits, but no runs. There was a runner left on base. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 5-0 Centennial lead as they look to move on. And if they do, they will play the winner between White Bear Lake and Forest Lake, who are playing as we speak in Forest Lake this afternoon. We will follow whichever team heads to McKnight. Not today, but we'll head down there tomorrow and cover either the Bengals, the Cougars, or the Panthers, who are also in this section. Looks like we're set to go. You can see if there are any defensive changes around the field. Doesn't look like it, so everyone will stand as they were in the last inning. And it'll be Kara Thoman stepping in. For Kristen Stores. And ball 1 to Thoman. Stores had gone 0 for 2 in the game. 2-0 now, the count to Thoman. A 2-2 count here to Kristen Stores. Rounded foul. Count remains 2-2. And she struck her out. So Meyer will pick up her first strikeout of the game, and Danette Newman will step in with one away. Check that. And now coming in to pinch hit is Andrea Banholtz. And she'll hit for Newman. Strike 1 to Banholtz. Man, this one ripped to right field for a base hit. Well, Banholtz has been I guess I spoke too soon. There was a play at first, but Banholtz beat it out. And now Melissa Shimilewski steps in. 2 for 2 in the game. a walk and a foul ball. Chmielewski's also scored a couple of runs. One the count. One and two to Chmielewski. Chmielewski leading the team in runs batted in with 15. Not bad for a player with a 182 batting average. And
very nice.
Throw not in time as the second strikeout of the inning chalked up for Meyer. And Megan Bean will step in. And correction, that is Heather Freitag, or no, my apologies. Becky Fafita, batter, and she'll ground out.
Nice work, Cal.
And at the end of 6 innings of play, it's Centennial 6 and the Bengals nothing. We'll take a timeout and be right back. Back, trying to figure out the changes since Centennial doesn't have numbers on the fronts of their uniforms. Difficult to tell who's where, but it looks like Blom has moved out to right field. This one hit out into center. That'll be Newman chasing after it. She won't catch up to it, and it will be a double for Rachel Wax. So a leadoff double for Wax here in the 7th inning. Strike one to Kelsey Meyer. Actually, I have to correct myself. It's Tracy Gendreau in right. Kelsey Meyer 0 for 2 in the game. And she now in a hole 0 and 2. Blom is still at second base. And that one, a wild pitch, and Wax will move up to third. So it looks like the only change will be she goes down on strikes. Coleman picks up her third strikeout, and Heather Freitag will step up to the bat. Freitag's 0 for 1 in the game. She came in place of Christine Williams back in the 4th inning. Actually pinch hit in the 5th. Correct myself. So Wax on third. So actually it looks like Gendreau was the only change in right field, as this one drifting foul and unable to make the catch was Becky Fafita. I got a little bit confused because I thought I saw Melissa Shimilewski heading out to second base after the huddle, but actually I think she was just going over to talk with Kelsey Blom. And there's a strikeout, the second of the inning. And the fourth of the game for Thoman, and that'll bring up Jocelyn Harris. Harris 0 for 2 in the game. One and one. One and two the count. And this one fouled away. Count remains 1 and 2. Oh, inside pitch, almost hit her. 2 and 2. Well, the Bengals down to their final strike here in the 7th inning with 2 away, runner on third. And this one popped straight back, out of play. 2 and 2. Grounded out to shortstop. Shimilewski has trouble with it. The throw will not be in time. And the run scores, so there goes the shutout as Wax comes in on the infield hit. And it's a 6-1 game. And this one foul by Peterson. Peterson in the game, 0 for 2.
Come on, girls, help her out now. Come on.
Straight back. 0-2 count. And the Bengals once again down to the final strike of their season here. And she struck her out. Well, the Bengals pick up a run on the benefit of a couple of hits. There were no errors and one runner left on base. The final score: Centennial Cougars 6 and the Blaine Bengals 1. With the win, Centennial will improve their record to 13-2 and more importantly move on. The Bengals finish up their season with, it'll be 15-6. I was looking at the conference record there for the Cougars. 8-12 will be the final record for the Bengals as they will drop this one. The losing pitcher in the game will be Mallory Peterson. Her record will drop to 1-3. The winning pitcher will be Kristen Storrs. She'll improve to 9-3 on the season. And as I mentioned, the Cougars will move on to North St. Paul. We'll head down there tomorrow and cover the Cougars in action as they win this one in the opening round of the Section 4 3A playoffs. The final score: Centennial 6, the Bengals 1. For the rest of the crew and myself, I'm Dave Washburn. We'll see you later.